Welcome back to another episode of Career Talk. I'm Cole Sperry, managing editor over here at Optum Careers. Today, I want to talk about something that happened to, shockingly, a good majority of us, and that's missing an interview, especially if you overslept or did something that you just feel super embarrassed for and you missed that job interview. What do you do now? There's this saying, time waits for no one. This is especially true when it comes to job interviews. Missing one can really be a devastating blow to your prospects, your emotions, especially if it's something you were really excited about. If you overslept or did something silly and you miss a job interview, all hope is not lost. We're going to explore what you can do to salvage that situation and hopefully still land that job of your dreams. First of all, important statistic to normalize this for you. Over 20% of candidates accidentally miss interviews for things like this. First and foremost, it's important to understand that it happens to the best of us. Even the most diligent and punctual individuals are sometimes going to hit the snooze button too many times. They're going to end up running late. Life happens. It's important not to beat yourself up over this. Instead, focus your energy on what you can do to rectify the situation. Before you recklessly pick up the phone and start apologizing profusely to the recruiter or the hiring manager, take a minute, collect yourself, examine your options. What are you going to say? Accidentally missing this interview isn't going to look good, but making a panicky phone call and appearing even more disorganized and disheveled won't help you either. Don't wait too long to make the call, because that's going to make it appear like you're making excuses or you're not interested, but you don't have to make the call right this second either, okay? Candor and empathy are going to be your friend here. Once you've collected all of your emotions, you've calmed down, reach out to the employer, the recruiter, and explain what happened. It's best to be honest and upfront about the situation rather than try to cover it up and make excuses. Most employers will appreciate your honesty, and they may be willing to give you another chance. Be sure to apologize for any inconvenience you may have caused, and make sure you express your continued interest in the position. Don't deflect responsibility. Take ownership for the mistake. This is a chance to show a quality that employers find very attractive. That's ownership. What you do here is going to show how you would respond to similar situations. So take advantage of a bad situation and turn it into a little bit better of a situation. So how do you apologize for something like oversleeping? Well, candor is going to be your friend, but that doesn't mean that you have to disclose every detail either. Short of death or a serious injury, it's extremely hard for a recruiter or a hiring manager to give a candidate another chance, especially after they missed an interview. Don't make excuses, but you don't have to tell them that you forgot to put it in your calendar either. Be smart about this. Combining candor and empathy is going to give you your best shot at rescheduling this interview after you missed it. So here's an example of how you might apologize after missing an interview. You could say something like this. First of all, I owe you an apology for missing our interview earlier today. Just like I would behave on the job when I make a mistake, this is my mistake to own, and I'm aware that it's probably created an inconvenience for you. I am sorry. This has never happened to me before, but my alarm did not go off this morning, and the truth is, I overslept, causing me to miss our scheduled time. I can assure you it won't happen a second time. Should you be gracious enough to allow me to reschedule? If you're able, I'll make myself available at any time this week at your convenience to reschedule our interview. I sincerely hope that you accept my apology and will give me one more opportunity to prove to you that I am dependable and I am capable of this job. Boom. Empathy, candor, acknowledging what had happened here, and taking the chance to kind of show this is not who I am. Let me give you a better picture. Notice how I also made it easy for the recruiter to reschedule that interview. There's no mistake about it. This is completely your fault. Don't make it more inconvenient for someone to help you repair that opportunity. When you reach out to an employer or a recruiter, it's a good idea to suggest an alternative date or time, or make sure that you have your schedule handy to propose a few different options, and be flexible and accommodating as much as you possibly can. You'll notice in my example, I was like, anytime this week, I will make it work. You've inconvenienced them. It was your mistake. Be flexible. This will show that you are serious about the position and willing to make an effort to make up for your mistake. you're going to have to work for it. In some cases, the employer may not be willing to reschedule the interview. If that happens, don't give up hope. Instead, I would ask if there's any other open opportunities with the company that you might be a good fit for. Maybe there's another recruiter you can work with if it's a larger organization, or another hiring manager that may take a chance on you. It's not completely over until it's over. You never know. There could be another opportunity. It may be just as appealing as the original one that you applied for, and they'll give you a shot. If you haven't received a response about rescheduling, make sure you follow up on your emails, your phone conversations, your voicemails. Be willing to do the extra work to demonstrate that missing the job interview was an accident, and that you are dependable, that you can follow through, and that you really are interested in this position. This isn't about nagging someone, but rather it's about, look, I inconvenienced you. Let me try to make this less inconvenient for you to reschedule. I know you've got a full, busy plate, so I'm going to put myself here so you don't have to try to remember me, because look, we already messed up the first time. So how do you make sure you don't miss an interview in the future? If an employer agrees to reschedule the interview, it's important to make sure you take some steps so you don't oversleep or do something like that again. So here's some tips. First of all, make sure you get enough sleep the night before. I know this seems obvious, but it's worth mentioning. Make sure you get a full night's sleep so you wake up feeling refreshed and alert for that interview. Don't try to cram for the interview the night before. That's going to set you up for many problems besides simply possibly sleeping in. Prepare a few days ahead, review your notes, get enough sleep. Set multiple alarms. Set them on your phone. Set them on your alarm clock. Have a backup in case you accidentally turn one off in your sleep or something. Maybe you're a night walker. I don't know. Prepare the night before. Lay out your interview outfit, pack your bag, review any notes, quick notes and materials. You're not cramming. You're just doing a quick brush over. This will help you feel more organized and less stressed, and it will help you get going in the morning. Some things people use if you really have like issues with sleep, like sincerely, because some of us really do, they use a wake up light. If you have trouble waking up in the morning, you could consider investing in one of these. These lights stimulate sunrise and can help you wake up more naturally, gradually. And supposedly they're really supposed to do wonders for sleep and sleep quality. I haven't tried one yet, but if you have, drop a note in the comments. The last thing, get an accountability partner. Ask a friend or a family member to call or text you in the morning. Make sure you're awake, ready for the interview. Just add an extra layer of accountability so you feel more confident about getting there on time. Remember, oversleeping and missing a job interview is not the end of the world. It's important to stay positive, take responsibility for your mistake, and do what you can to make things right. By following these tips, you can increase your chances of still landing that job that you wanted and recovering from perhaps what you might have thought was a fatal mistake. If you found this helpful, insightful, like it, subscribe to our channel, follow us at optimcareers.com, and I'll see you back here next time for another episode of Career Talk.